I'm finally getting over the flu, and I'm here to predict my Champions League knockout round of 16. We're gonna talk about the who's going through. If my predictions are bad, blame the flu. Look, this mark right here shows you I had the flu. That's a freaking fever blister that hurts so much. We are here to talk about it. Get it out the way. Again, if I predict things bad, blame it on the flu. We got some huge games coming up, huge knockout stage, huge knockout round. Now, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get the first game out the way. Let's get the first game out the way, and it's the Arsenal game. There's no point of spending too much time talking about the Arsenal game. Yes, Arsenal's coming off of a bad result where they tied against Manchester United, but literally, Arsenal can field their second team. It is gonna be impossible for PSV to return to be able to flip this. It ended 7-1 to Arsenal. That's terrible, yo. There's zero chance that PSV can 6-0. Like, it's just not going to happen, lads. It's just too much. It's too much to do. It's not going to happen, in my opinion. So I see Arsenal advancing, and Arsenal's advancing to play either the winner of Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid, right? Whoever wins that game, that's who Arsenal's going to play, right? So with that being said, let's talk about that game because that's who's going to face off against each other. Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid is a very, very, very crazy game. Vinicius Jr. has finally got back on the scoreboard. That's a big deal for Real Madrid fans. He hadn't scored for a while. I want to say he hadn't scored since maybe November. I know this because Barcelona fans have been all up in my mentions saying how Vinny hasn't scored a goal in forever. So I think it's with November, maybe before November. So yeah, big Vinny finally gets back on the scoreboard. But I see Real Madrid advancing in this game. And you're probably going to say, well, Skills, why do you see Real Madrid advancing in this game? They're away to Atletico Madrid. It's a tough game. It is a very tough game. And Atletico Madrid is a team that can score a lot of goals this year. They showed it against Barcelona. They showed it against Real Madrid in the first game. They really look likely to score more goals. But I just want to say this. With Real Madrid kind of playing counterattacking ball in this game, I'd imagine that's what's going to happen because they're winning. So I think that Real Madrid will send Atletico Madrid home simply based off of Atletico Madrid having to go forward to tie this game and Real Madrid able to counterattack them the entire game with Mbappe and Vinny's speed. So with that being said, I think Real Madrid sees it through and they advance into the next round, maybe with a 1-1 tie or a 2-2 tie. If there's any a scenario where Atleti goes through, I think it's on penalties. But I just think that Real Madrid being able to play on the counter is a really, 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 really big deal. A really, really big deal. We're going to move on to the next game. Lille versus Dortmund. This is a crazy game because Lille went to one of the toughest stadiums in Europe to play football. They went to Germany. The yellow and black stands going crazy. Loud stadium. I'm taking Lille. Now hear me out. You went to Germany and you tied them 1-1. You did the hardest part. You get the game back at home in France now. With your fans supporting at a 1-1 tie, I think Lille's going to see this through, bro. I think Lille is going to knock out Dortmund and advance to the next round because any team that can go to Germany, to that stadium, that very, very loud atmosphere and pick up a W, that's a quality team right there, man. So I'm going to change it up. This was a team that I said Dortmund was going to advance into the next round. After seeing the first game, I think it's going to be Lille that advances. I'm taking Lille in this one, lads. Lille advances into the quarterfinals of the Champions League, in my opinion. Again, just my opinion. If any of these are bad, blame the flu. Don't blame me, okay? The next game is Club Brugge versus Aston Villa. I think this game is over. I think Club Brugge losing 3-1 at home was a very, very tough task. I think now going to England, going to Aston Villa, I see Aston Villa advancing here. I don't see Aston Villa losing on this one. I'm going to give it to them. I think that they win this one, and I think that they're going to beat Club Brugge again. I think they're going to the aggregate's going to end up something like 5-2 or something, in my opinion. So a 2-1 win to Aston Villa. We move on to the next game that I believe is over as well. Bayern Leverkusen versus Bayern Munich. I think this game is done. I think that it's too steep of a hill to climb. If this was 2-0 or 3-1, I would say maybe. But you have to beat Bayern Munich 4-0 in the Champions League. That's just too tough, man. 3-0 gets you to penalties. You got to stop them for 90 minutes, and you got to put up 3 just to make penalties. That's 90 minutes plus extra time. That's tough, man. I think Bayern's gonna knock off Bayer Leverkusen. I thought this was gonna be a better tie. I thought this was gonna be a closer tie. Again, if Bayer Leverkusen gets there and smacks 3 in, I'm not gonna be surprised. I've seen crazier things in the Champions League, but I do feel deep down inside this game's over. The next game I want to move to is Liverpool versus PSG, where I truly believe there was 2 teams that were very unlucky in this round. One of them being Benfica, because they really attacked Barcelona hard. And they attacked the Barcelona hard because they were on 10 men. Barca was on 10 men. They put up massive amount of shots. They had so many chances inside the box. They should have scored a goal or 2. And they didn't. And Szczesny was phenomenal, but they were very unlucky. But the other team that was extremely unlucky, and honestly more unlucky than Benfica, PSG. PSG should have beat Liverpool. PSG 100% should not have left that first game with a loss. It just shouldn't have happened. They were outstanding. They were remarkable. They had so many opportunities. Alisson was phenomenal in the net. It was a very, very tough day for PSG in the office because they didn't deserve to lose that game, and they don't really deserve to go out based off that game. But I don't see them flipping it. Lads. Liverpool is 15 points in the Premier League. They're flying high. Their confidence is to the moon. They have Mo Salah. They were able to keep Mo Salah quiet the first game, pretty much the entire game. But now you're going to Anfield, loud stadium, Champions League. The Liverpool fans are feeling some type of way. The energy is different this season. I don't see you beating them 2-0 to knock them out. I think Liverpool's going to tie this game in Anfield and advance to the next round. PSG don't deserve to lose that first game, but unfortunately, because they couldn't put goals in, it's going to cost them. And it's going to be the same thing for Benfica. We'll talk about Benfica Barca really quickly. This is a tough situation because if you don't know, someone very close to Barcelona's team and medical staff, the medical doctor, passed away in the team hotel, I think it was. This is a guy that was with the team consistently, with the coach, with the players. The players know him well. Now, this can go 2 ways. Either a Barcelona that is just devastated and can't play and can't think correctly, and the players are just not there, which could really hurt them. Or you're going to get a Barcelona that's extremely motivated, a Barcelona that's extremely wants to do it for their friend, for the person that was close to them. You don't know which one you're going to get, and it's a tragic situation, and I feel for them, and you never know what's going to happen here, but I think Benfica had to score. I think Benfica had to get at least a goal or 2 in Lisbon against 10 men. They didn't do that. Going to Barca now losing 1-0, I just think it's too steep of a mountain to climb. I wish my Benfica could do it, but I don't see it happening. I think Barcelona advances, and I think they're going to advance comfortably, most likely. If they get an early goal, it could get bad for Benfica. But hopefully Benfica does a good game. Inter Milan versus Feyenoord. Again, too steep of a hill to climb for Feyenoord. I think that Inter's going to see this game out 2-0. Now you're going to Italy against Italian Stallions. We know how those Italian teams know how to defend. I don't see Feyenoord putting up 2 goals. Feyenoord is a team that when they're on and they're clicking, they play good ball. But this here going to Italy against a good Italian defense and trying to put up 3-0, I just don't see it happening. Lads, that is my prediction for the round of 16. Let me know how you guys feel about how I did there. Again, if I did bad, blame the flu. If I did good, then yeah, that was me. That was ball knowledge. Love you guys, man. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank y'all. I'm not gonna make you look at this fever blister no more. I'm gonna turn the video off. Thank y'all so much for watching. I love y'all. See ya.